guys. So I thought I would do something a little different today. Um, every video I've done, pretty much, other than that one DIY tutorial fiasco, has been about planning and telling you, tips on how to do your fast passes, how to make the most out of your trip, how to plan your trip, and all that kind of stuff. And that's great and everything. And that's the main part of this group. But I feel like I need to tell you more than that, because that's not what a Disney trip's about. That's just the technical stuff. That's not the heart and soul of why you go to Disney. That stuff is not going to make your trip. That's not the magic. You can plan every element, every tiny little detail of a trip, but that's not going to make it more magical than just showing up and buying a ticket right then and going in. The cast members are the magic. I mean, anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. They are the magic of Disney. They are the reason I go back, I'll be honest. The magic that they create, the feeling that they give me. It's different for everybody. I think we've all got our own personal reasons why we love Disney. But for me, I don't remember life before Disney. I was 2 the first time I went to Disney World, and that's my very first memory of life, period. Like actual legit can remember the moment, was my first walk down Main Street. And it wasn't, what I remember most is not so much the sights or the sounds or anything, which I do remember that stuff, but I mostly remember the way it felt. And that's what I remember most about all of my trips. It's not the where we had dinner or which characters I met or, any of that kind of stuff. What souvenirs I bought or how long we had to wait in line or what fast passes we got. None of that. I don't remember any of that stuff. What I remember is the way I felt on the trip. There's that saying that I'm totally gonna mess up, but that's like people won't remember what you said to them or what you did, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And that's what Disney has done for me. I keep going back because it's literally the best way I can describe it. I can't really describe it with words, but the best way that I can think to describe it is it's literally like coming home. It's like what I imagine it would be like if you move away and you have to live somewhere else, but you come back to your mom's house at Christmas and she's baked you cookies and made this meal for you and just welcomes you, opens the door, welcomes you home with a big old hug, and you just feel safe and wanted and loved. And that's how I feel when I walk in the gate at Magic Kingdom. It sounds incredibly silly and incredibly cheesy, I know, but it's the truth. For me, as a kid who never fit in anywhere, I had friends and stuff, but I never fit in with any certain group or really had a best friend, somebody that was like me and that kind of had my shared interest or anything like that, really. I tried to bend myself to fit in with other kids, but I never, even as an adult, I still don't fit in anywhere except with my Disney geeks. That's the only people that I feel like I fit in with at all. So for me, as a little kid, like 2, 3, 4, 5, Disney trips every year were just fun. The trips when I was 8, 11, 12, 13, 15, 19, 28, 30. Those trips, it was more, I need to go there because I feel special there. Disney magic is like, that's the magic for me, is they somehow make everybody feel like they're the only guest. Like, there's millions and billions of people who visit the parks every year, but I always feel like I'm their favorite. Weird as that sounds. All the cast members, they call everybody Prince and Princess. And, they do it for everybody. Nobody is unique or special, but I swear every time we go and somebody says, "Good morning, Princess," or anything like that, to me, I feel like it's just for me. It's not that I am any different from any other guests. I'm not. But it feels that way. It's like every time I go and meet Mickey, I feel like he remembers me. I feel like he sees me and he goes, "Oh, it's my favorite girl," And even now with Will, when we go and we meet the characters or whatever, especially Mickey, because Mickey's my favorite. He's Will's favorite too. Will goes first, obviously, and runs to him and gives him the big hug and all of this. But every time before we leave, Mickey, he always makes sure that he gives me a hug. Like, I have never been left out of any kind of, no, I'm going to get teary-eyed, any kind of meet and greet or any kind of special moment. They make you feel like even though you're a parent and you're an adult and you've got all of these responsibilities, they kind of remind you, it's like, take a second, you're still special, you're still the reason why we're here, why we're doing this. So that's what it is for me. That's what it's about, that feeling. If they'd ever stopped giving me that feeling, I would stop going. But nowhere else. I've been to other theme parks, we travel all the time, other places, and nowhere, the reason that I keep going back to Disney is because nowhere else gives me that feeling. Nowhere else has ever made me feel special. And somehow they do it for everybody. It's not just me. I'm in several Disney groups on here, but there's one that is full of cast members and guests, and you see all the time. I love to scroll through it and read the little posts where a guest will say, a cast member did this for me today. This is why I felt special. And it's something, sometimes they're really extravagant. Like, they give them ears, or they give them, upgrade their dining or something, really, really neat. Other times it's as simple as giving them extra fast passes or something like that. But you'll see that stuff and it's made their day. And it's the same turnaround. You'll see cast members post that a guest has made their day. And it's just really, really heartwarming. And it just makes me love Disney that much more when I get to see other people's stories and think, see, it's not just me. I'm not the only one who feels that way. And I have to say this, after saying all of that, Disney is not for everybody. As hard as it is for me to wrap my head around the fact that someone could not like Disney, I know that those people exist, and I have to respect their opinions, because Disney isn't for everybody. It's just like I can't stand football, and living here, people are like, "You don't like football? What is wrong with you?" But I don't. I just can't. I've tried, and I can't like it. Disney is that way for some people, but you have to go once at least, and sometimes even really go twice. Every trip's not perfect. No trip is perfect. It's like a wedding. There's no such thing as a perfect wedding, and there's no such thing as a perfect Disney trip. You're gonna have not so magical moments. I've had plenty of them. Don't ever think that I have not had a trip that wasn't, didn't have some kind of hiccup. My birthday, my 28th birthday, we went it was the first trip Brennan and I took, just us and Will, and Will was a year old, and we went. Carousel of Progress is one of my favorite rides. I'm very nostalgic for Carousel of Progress. So we went and we did it, and Will pitched a fit the whole time. Like, it was bad enough to where Brandon's like, "I'm getting up and getting out of here." And I'm sitting there like, "You can't get up and get out of here. No, you can't." But anyway, I couldn't even enjoy the show because it was so, I had even for the longest time, even still now, I can't listen to A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. I love that song. I can't listen to it without that memory triggering of how horrible that experience was with my screaming kid. But this time, we're gonna ride it again, and just the two of us, no screaming kid, and I'm gonna have that good experience again that I've always had on it. And it's gonna take, that memory's gonna override. I just know. There's some not so magical moments. Don't let that, though, deter you. Don't let those tiny little moments of not so greatness overshadow all the really awesome ones. You can't let the bad stuff outweigh the good, because in the end it really doesn't. There's a lot more good moments than there are bad ones. If you talk to anybody like me, who really, really loves Disney, like, is so passionate about it. I get people all the time that tell me, you made me want to go. I've never had any interest of going to Disney, but you make me want to go just hearing you talk about it. And that's because, it's not because I tell you anything different than any of these other, like, planning websites or any of that does, but it's the fact that I have such a passion for it and such a love for it that, my phone's ringing, that, it makes you want to feel that way too, feel the way I feel. If anybody can just feel a fraction of what it makes me feel, then, I feel like I've really done something. There's my little heart-to-heart ramble. Any of you that are friends with me on Facebook, like, see my personal page, you see me post, and I post, like, the cheesiest, mushiest Disney post, like, how much I miss home and miss all these little things and love this and all that. And I mean every single one of them. When I have really, really bad days, that's when I miss it the most. But I also miss it a lot on the good days too. I started that love from being that kid that never fit in, and even now as an adult, even though I'm almost 30 and I have my own business, successful business, and I have an amazing husband and a son and a roof over my head and all of this, a great life. I still have those days, 80% of the time, where I feel like that invisible kid again. And the only place that I do not feel that way, the only place that I feel like for just a second I get to be me and be loved for it and be wanted and feel special for it, is when I'm at Disney. So you want to know why we go as much as we do, why I'm always wanting to go back? It's because of that. It's because that's the only place I feel like myself, and I feel that happy, If you've got a reason why you love Disney, those of you that have been a few times, I know there's a few of you in this group. Most of you in this group are rookies, and I love that. I love that. I hope and pray for you that you feel just a fraction of what it makes me feel when you walk through those gates. I really, really hope and wish you all the best good trips. But if you have been before, and several times, and you get it, you get why we go back, why we love Disney. I'd love to know what you love about it, how it makes you feel. So comment, whatever, post, share the magic, share the love, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye.